Hey, what's going on guys? DLegend here. Today we have a Kingdom Hearts Union Cross video, and today we're going to be talking about a few different things that are going on in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. So in JP, they just announced the commemorative medal and how to obtain that, so we'll go over that in a little bit here. We're going to go ahead and jump over to Robolide's page, but before that we're going to start off with talking about the medals that we have here. So first and foremost, if you guys saw my post on my community tab on YouTube, you'll see that I pulled 2 Rikus in the same pull, and then that was literally pull number 1 out of a 10 pull mercy. So the pull counter was at 10. So if you go to the shop, the pull counter was literally at 10, and then I managed to get 2 copies of Riku in the same pull, so that was really awesome. And before that, I did a couple pulls aside from my pull battle with Demo, and I ended up having 3 copies of Riku. So with the other 2 that I got, it was 5, I think. And then now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you can see here. I'm gonna make 3 of those PvE copies, and then 2 of them raid medals at the very least. But additionally, I pulled a few more times, and I got a bunch more Rikus within probably another, I got another 4 copies of Riku within, I want to say 5 pulls. So in all honesty, these banners are absolutely broken, guys. I'm really happy to get a bunch of copies of Riku, even if I'm not going to use all of them, because I can definitely use at least 3 copies for PvE, and then I can use 5 copies, I guess. I have 5 right there, and then I have 9 total copies, so I guess I could use 5 for raiding, and then 4 for PvE if I need to. I probably won't trade all of them, but I'll trade some of them for sure. And the purpose of this video was to originally trade the 2 copies that I got from pulling the other day when I got the 2 copies. So we were gonna do a little challenge and see how many how many traits we needed to actually make these into raid medals. And I bought 2 sets of 10 traits from the Moogle shop, and then I did another 4 pulls, and I ended up getting another 3 or 4 Rikus. So we have a lot of Rikus to go around now, guys. We're gonna start with, let's go into our filter here so we can actually make sure we're doing the right Rikus. These 3 copies are gonna be my PvE copies right here. I'm trying to trait them up better with their pet traits and stuff, but nothing so far. This is my raid copy of Riku with extra attack. This one I'm trying to make into a raid medal as well. And I'll probably start with him, but let's just let's spend some traits on him, roll traits on him, hopefully get at least 2 more copies of Riku as raid medals. I would like to have 2 copies without extra attack. Another ground trait. Yeah, I would like to have 2 copies that have 5 raid traits, so full raids, instead of having extra attack on them, because I don't need extra attack on all my raid medals now. Strength. We'll take that, I guess, over aerial for now. We are going to try to get the raids because another strength. I guess we'll take that for the time being. Trait number 4. Yeah, we're trying to get 5 raid traits because we want to be able to deal maximal damage as soon as possible without having to use extra attack, and so we can kill raid bosses faster. If you guys haven't seen my raid video, make sure you guys check that out. I'll leave a link to that in the description of this video. But yeah, we also don't need extra attack for PvE. There we go. For all our PvE Coliseum setups, because I do have, like I said, 4 other copies of Riku that I can use for PvE Coliseum as medals that can buff my other 2 copies of Riku that deal actual damage. Another strength trait. We've been rolling a lot of strength traits. That's number 4, I think. 2 more extra attack. Damage and raids. And if we don't get damage and raids again in the near future here, we might just move on to another medal, because I'd rather have traits on some of my copies of Riku rather than just really, really good traits on 2 or 3 copies. Another extra attack, darn. Unfortunate. But yeah, this is really weird because we do have a bunch of copies of Riku. And unfortunately, I'm not going to use all of them. But at the end of the day, it's not a bad thing to have multiple copies. There we go. Simply because of what I'm going to tell you guys about when we talk about the commemorative medal and what Robloid announced. So I guess I can get started with that in a little bit here, just so I don't confuse any of you. After we finish our trait rolls, we will go right into that. Trait number 11. Ground. Just give me raids. I just want raids. And I need better raid traits from my pet traits as well. That would be ideal. Another extra attack. What is happening? Okay, we're going to go 2 more for this copy, and then we're going to move on to the next copy of Riku, because we don't want to spend all our traits in one place. Not there. We'll do a quick stop. Ah, not what we wanted. That's okay. Not the end of the world right now. We'll leave him at that, and then we'll toss a raid trait on him later on. 4 other copies that we can make into raid medals. We'll make at least 1 more copy of raid medal, because we do have I do have a decent raid setup with my Fenrir already with my power medals. So, oh yeah, there we go. Ideally I would get 3 to 4 copies of Riku as raid medals, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world. Wow, there we go. The game's listening to me. Can we get 3 in a row? And I have a trick for you guys, by the way, so let me show you guys real quick here after this. Wow, 3 in a row, what is happening? Okay, never mind, we'll do another one. Because if we can get 5 raid traits in a row, I would be ecstatic. That would be amazing. Raids, raids, raids. Ariel, not the end of the world. Okay, after this one, I'll show you guys a little trick so you don't waste your trait medals accidentally. Another raid trait, wow. This is awesome. Okay, so basically what you do is you go ahead and level up your medal to its max level, and then you won't be able to put more than 1 trait on it at the same time. So that saves you from accidentally putting 2 traits into one. Like rolling 2 traits at the same time, because you only end up getting 1 trait roll from 2 trait medals. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys, but it saved me a bunch of times in the past. I'll say ground over aerial for the time being. And then we're going to roll raids right here. Let's do it. Damage and raids, damage and raids. Another strength trait. We'll take it for the time being, just to switch things up. 3 trait medals left. And you know what, guys? We probably will do 1 or 2 pulls just to show you guys what I mean by this broken luck. Alright. 2 traits left. Let's just finish it off with damage and raids. Let's go, come on. Come on now. Ugh. We started off really strong on this medal. Obviously, I don't need max damage and raids for every single raid medal that I have, but it would be really nice to have. And I wish Riku did super effective damage. There we go. And I wish Riku did super effective damage against all enemy types, but he doesn't, unfortunately. Just super, super effective damage because of mastery from his special attack. So he does super effective damage against speed enemies, and speed raid bosses in this case. So that'll be really good, because these are amazing medals. Yeah, okay, so what am I doing now? So I have 3 raid copies now, for the time being. Although this one does have extra attack, unfortunately. And then I'm going to try to make 1 more a raid copy in the near future, probably. But that was 24 trait rolls, and we technically got 1 completed raid medal here, and then this one already had 2 raid traits, I think, so, and extra attack, so it was kind of cheating, but 24 trait rolls, not too bad. I'll take it. We'll probably buy more traits before their traits go away in the Moogle shop, because they are going away pretty soon here, because the banners are only around for another technically 3 days, because there's 2 days left on the banner, so that means 3 days left in game. But if you go into here as well, you can only buy traits for, it says 2 days, but 3 days left in total. So make sure you guys are aware of that before you guys go ahead and pull a bunch for Riku and Kairi and Sora. But yeah, let's go ahead and do a pull on, I want to say the Riku banner again, because I've had insane luck from that banner, but I really do want to diversify a little bit and get at least 1 copy of Kairi or a couple more copies of Sora. So let's pull on the Kairi banner. Why not? Although technically Sora is a better medal, I think Kairi is a better general buffer, so I wouldn't mind 1 copy of Kairi, so we're going to go ahead and pull on these, because in all honesty, guys, I'm not a huge fan of the Birth by Sleep trio in illustrated form. The banners are just not that good. They're 10 pull mercies. I don't think they're even falling price deals. They probably are, but I haven't seen that in JP yet, so we'll see. And then, aside from that, they're just not that good as medals themselves, so these ones are better in my opinion. And I'll talk about that in a future video when the banners actually come out. So nothing crazy out of this pull. Couple tier 10s though, that will be good for subslots. Which one's new? Oh, San Francisco Sora, nice. SF Sora number like 5. Let's do another one, why not? Until we get something nice. Like I said, the Riku banner has been super generous to me. I think I started off with 75,000 jewels, and then we got 6,000 from the Hades Cup, and then 10,000 from just logging in. So I did a couple pulls, obviously, and I spent a lot of jewels on traits as well. Nothing good there. But in all honesty, I think it's worth it. We'll do one more pull here, and then we'll call it for the time being. Let's get Kairi early, let's do it. I'm gonna get another copy of Riku, I guarantee it. Like, at some point in time, you're gonna get another copy of Riku, because Riku loves me. Okay, we got another Zexion. Not a bad medal for calls, for PvP. Aside from that, though, nothing crazy. Just a couple subslots. Not the end of the world. But I do need to do these pulls anyways, because eventually I'm gonna try to get TVA. And it's definitely doable for me, because I do have 180 VIP coins right now, and I do need to do 10 more pulls technically, but I can afford to do 10 more pulls because that would just take me to the end of this jewel count right there, the 18,000 that I have, almost 19,000. And then after that, I will just go ahead and save up for the rest of this anniversary at least, probably till the end of the month at least, because I will have a lot of copies of the SRK medals, and I will guarantee myself a copy of TVA here. And then I will guarantee myself a bunch of the commemorative medals, which I will talk about right now. So let me just switch over to Robloid's page, and then we'll get started with that. Okay, so shout out to Robloid as always. Thank you so much for data mining all these things for us and letting us know what's going on in Kingdom Hearts Uni and Cross before they actually get announced in game. So basically what we have here is a tweet from Robloid that says, here's what we know so far about the upcoming Supernova++ Strelitzia medal. So Strelitzia is a medal that is the commemorative medal, and basically they were going to award one of these to us for every 3 copies of the non-reprint medals that we get from the September banner. So any of the illustrated medals, so not illustrated Zexion, but any like Sora, Riku, Kairi, the Birth by Sleep trio, so Terra, Ventus, and Aqua, and then Lee, Xion, and Roxas that are coming out later on will also be part of the commemorative banner, like commemorative banners, if that makes sense. So every time you have 3 copies, it doesn't matter what they are, you can have 3 copies of Riku in any combination. You can have 3 copies of Riku, 3 copies of Sora. Those will each count towards 1 commemorative medal, so you get 1 copy of Strelitzia every time you have 3 medals from the September banners. So he has examples here. So basically, if you have 2 Soras and 1 Kairi, that equals 1 Strelitzia. If you have 5 copies of Ventus and 1 copy of Riku, that means 2 Strelitzias, and so on and so forth. So personally, I have 9 copies of Riku right now, 2 copies of Sora. So that means I almost have 12. I have 11 medals right now that count towards the commemorative count. I need 1 more to guarantee myself 4 copies of Strelitzia, basically, because if you take 12 divided by 3, that's 4. So if I get 1 more medal, which I will eventually in the form of Kairi, then I will definitely get 4 copies of Strelitzia. And Strelitzia is not a bad medal whatsoever, guys. So she is a medal that probably will look like what a lot of medals look like in the near future. So she's the first medal, I believe, that will buff your upright medal strength by 12,000. So 12,000 is a really big number for a special attack, especially because you can copy it. And because medals, even these days, like Sora, Riku, and Kairi, they only buff you by 10,000 from their respective PSM attribute, or for Kairi and Sora, they buff your general medal strength. But in all honesty, Strelitzia is a really good medal, and I'm really happy to get her for free. She has a 20.20 multiplier, costs 1 gauges to use, and she has a base strength of 50,213. She deals 6 hits, and for 1 turn, buffs your upright mental strength by 12,000. It buffs yourself for general, upright, and PSM strength by 15 tiers. Debuffs the enemy for the exact same. And then special attack bonus plus 230%, gauges plus 4, HP max, and count plus 2. So she's a really good general buffer for upright medals. And she's a really good free medal, guys. This is way better than all the free medals that we've had in the past. I know this doesn't technically count as like a free medal in terms of like you don't have to do anything to get it, because like Timeless River Mickey, Aerith, what else? Stitch, Alias, and what's Zaldin's? Nobody. I mean, what's Zaldin's real person called? I don't remember off the top of my head, but we got that one for free last month, I think. So this one is way better than all of those medals. Obviously, those were legitimately free, because this one you do need to pull from the banners to get. But yeah, she's a really, really good medal. Supernova-wise, she does have Mastery for her Supernova, and a 240 times multiplier there. For 1 turn, buffs your upright medal strength by 12,000. So that's really good for Coliseum, guys, especially if you have Renova medals. And she'll buff yourself for general and upright strength by 15 tiers, and debuffs the enemy for general and upright defense by 15 tiers. Special attack bonus plus 330%. So I think that's new. I think that's the highest we can possibly get right now, because I think it's 320% right now for most medals. And she's just triggered before slot 1 is activated when defending in PvP. So really, really good medal here, guys. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to getting a copy. Let me know in the comments below how many copies you guys are getting of this medal. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting this medal. I think we get her on like the 16th of October or the 11th of October. I could be wrong, but I think that's when we'll get copies of her. And I think every 3 medals that you have, you actually get, so every 3 Soras, Kairis, or Rikus, or any of the other illustrated medals that you have, you actually get 1 copy of this medal, and you get 30 traits per medal that you get, per commemorative medal that you get. So for me, I would get 120 traits and 4 copies of this medal if I have 12 copies of any combination of Sora, Riku, and Kairi. So that's pretty sweet, guys. Be sure, though, to remember that Anniversary is a long month in September. And we do have the Rax banners coming soon. So the Roxas, Xion, and Lee banners coming soon. Also known as Axel. But those are coming out later in the month. And it's literally only like the 13th of September right now. So you guys have plenty of time to decide whether or not you're going to be pulling on those banners. But at the same time, remember that Sora, Kairi, and Riku are the best banners that will come out in Anniversary this month. I guarantee it. The other banners are going to be good, but they're probably going to be 10 pull mercies and falling price deals, if anything, and they don't guarantee supernova medals, whereas the Sora, Riku, and Kairi banners do. And personally, I think the Sora, Riku, and Kairi banners are really, really good because they have their medals themselves are really good because they do super effective damage against all enemies except for Riku. And Riku does super effective damage against all speed enemies, so that makes up for it. And he's been doing really good for me in PvE Coliseum. I think I'm currently like 17th or 18th in PvE Coliseum, so just a heads up there, guys. Anyways, I will leave it at that, I think. hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys leave a comment and let me know how many copies of Strelitzia you guys are going to get. Hopefully this explanation was good for you guys, and yeah, I'll probably leave an annotation for when I start the actual explanation for how to get this medal, because I'm sure most of you guys are going to be here for that. But if you guys watched the entire video, thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments below if you watched the whole video as well. I would appreciate that. And yeah, catch y'all soon. Hopefully you have a great Sunday. Peace.